Alright, this is Greg here with Audible Chemistry. We're here at Stage 48 with Static and Bass and Electric Candyland. How you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good. Just waiting to set up, you know. Still a little hype before we get on stage.
Feeling hot because it's hot in here, man. It's really good.
What are some of the challenges you guys have faced DJing as a duo versus individual?
Different styles. And in the beginning, I come from the house world. He came from trance.
Yep.
And then we kind of realized like electro's like a it
was a medium that we both like. We love Complextro.
It's like House and Trance had sex. You know, it came I'm serious. Like they had sex and boom, that was the offspring.
Yeah, because you got the melody, but you have those hard drops that we like, and I guess that is one of the challenges that we. But you know what? One thing about being a duo is, since it's two different DJ styles and we're transitioning off each other, that does something very like. Different to the crowd, you know, because when you're listening to one guy play that same same style, same technique, you kind of get used to that, the way it transitions. And he and I transition completely differently. So that's one positive of being a duo.
You guys have done some pretty big acts. You've opened for Ferry Corsten, Brian Kearney, Christina Sky. Which one's your favorite? Do you have any shows in particular that you like more than others? Or?
We really like that Alex Mind gig too.
Yeah, that
was at District 36 before they closed.
Because, you know, we got to play with like someone that we really respect. But I think the best like show we've played and actually hosted ourselves, Northern and Rad.
Yeah,
Northern and Rad.
We had Northern and Rad and Sound Prank, and we opened for them, and that was a really good night for us too.
Yeah, that was probably one of the most like the best energy, best vibe.
Yeah, we play in the underground raves too in Brooklyn. Like I definitely like love that scene a lot. You know. People just seem like a lot more free there. It's just grimy and dirty, but it's awesome. Like I love playing at those.
It's the real fans, and there's no pretentiousness over there. You come as you are.
At all. People just there to have fun to let loose, you know.
So if there was anywhere in the world you guys could spin at, what would be your top location?
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
That's definitely hands down. We talk about that like.
Kazanteep, Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I'd say Tomorrowland.
Ultra Music Festival.
Love to play there.
I would like to play Ultra too.
Yeah.
EDC and hint, EDC and wine.
So when you guys aren't spinning at these really big shows, what do you like to do for fun? What do you do to hang out?
Well, I'm like a huge nerd, and like fortunately for me, like I have a hot girlfriend that's a nerd too. So I literally do not go out at all. Like I just stay home, play video games, watch anime, watch movies, make music, and we meet up. You know, 2-3 times a week at his house, and you know we work on some tracks. But that's pretty much what I do, and I'm just really a homebody kind of guy.
Yeah, me, I like to eat food. I like to exercise.
Yeah,
I don't have
working out. That's definitely it.
I don't have a girlfriend, so I like to chase girls. It's kind of cool. It's interesting. And I mean, I'll say it. I like staying home watching Game of fucking Thrones. Man.
Yeah, we both. That's
Game of Thrones. Thank you.
I don't know if you guys saw that trailer for season 3. They had a track on there called, by MSMR, and it's called Bones. We remixed that
because of that trailer. We're like,
and
awesome.
and that's actually one of the the newest stuff that we play right now.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything coming out the rest of the summer? I know you guys mentioned you have something coming out in June. Is there any other big plans, collaborations, or new works you guys are working on that you want to share with us?
We're going to do a remix for that song, Imagine Dragons, It's Time. Yeah, that's our next
it's like
remix.
we like to remix like some of the more popular stuff, and you know, we like to just give our bootlegs away for free and stuff. So that's like the next thing we're gonna take on. Also
songs that we feel like haven't been done good justice in the remix department.
Yeah,
we haven't really heard too many remixes that we enjoyed that much for these songs. So we're like,
like that track Bones, if you listen to the original, like you just wouldn't imagine it that it would be like house or progressive trance or anything.
A big knock on the dance music scene here is that a lot of music sounds similar. Artists all sound alike. How do you guys combat that to come up with your own unique sound?
We don't have a formula. We just blend it all together, and that's how we make our music. Like whatever we like at the time, that's what we're gonna do.
Our logic in producing is like we could just bite everyone's example right now, which works. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people riding that wave of success, following this big room sound, and it's not like I don't like the big room stuff. I do. I generally do like it, but I like you know, I'm sure Ray agrees too. We like stuff that catches you off guard.
Yep.
Like, you know, like all of a sudden you expect this drop is going to come because of the way it's building up. This melody's going to build into this type of drop, and then all of a sudden this guy comes out of nowhere and hits you something different. That's what we're like, oh, this is dope, you know? And that's what we aim for. We want to throw people off every time with our productions.
So you guys call yourselves Static Bass. Where did that name come from?
Man.
Oh, man.
Well, we were like solo artists for a while, and like I went, if you were in the trance community for a while, I was spinning for Massive NYC quite a bit, under the name Mad Raver Ray. I used to have crazy long hair, spiky with like J-Rock like bangs and everything, and that's who I was for like a long time.
That's how you bagged this girl.
But
looking like one.
And then we were Charrick and Ray for a while when we did District 36, and then we're like, you know what, man, we gotta change it up a little bit.
Well, it's not. All right, let me deep into that. They'll dwell into that a little bit. So yeah, so he was spinning for Massive. I was spinning with I Love House Music. You can see the difference, trance and house. And when we started producing together, it was actually, it's funny because I went to I went to one of his gigs and I sent him one of my productions and I was like, yo, play it. He's like, I'll play it tomorrow.
Yeah, and I played it.
And he played it. I was like, oh, shit.
It was awesome. It was at Webster. I opened for KO and Albert.
And he comes to my gig the next week and like that night he was like, yo, let's produce a song together. All right. And we met up the next day and that was it. Like, yo, fuck it. Let's just work together. And we used to live together. We used to, like, we're childhood buddies.
Before I was even a DJ or a producer, like, we were friends already, you know?
And so every time we produced a track, we always had this static bass in our tracks.
Yep.
So one day we were like, yo, why don't we just call ourselves Static Bass? And he's like, no, static and bass. I was like, ah.
So tell me a little about Limitless Music.
All right, so about a year ago, me and my friend Johnny and my other friend Kev, we just started talking about taking over the scene and like what we could do. And it's like, how come made events during it? Well, you know, what's stopping them from us? We're fans of the scene and everything. And we was like, let's freaking start a promotion company. And then naturally, me and Ray were already DJ partners. Like, yo, you're gonna jump on that too? And he's like, yeah, of course.
We try to book artists that have never been in New York City before.
Yeah. So talking about bringing all these artists into New York. Who are some of your own influences?
I'll say for both of us, probably one of the biggest influence right now, and has been since we've like heard of him, Alex Mind. Yeah, definitely.
He's he does complextro, electro, like Tiesto drops his stuff, but not a lot of people know about him. It's just the way, like the arrangements of his tracks are so complex.
And he's, you know what it is?
He's got melody too.
He's cool, man. Yeah,
we booked him.
Yeah, we booked him. Yeah, first one to book him in New York, and he's just cool as shit.
Yeah.
The dance music scene here in the U.S. has really only come on in the last year or so. Well, how do you guys feel about the progression of it from years ago to now, and where do you guys see it going in the future?
I'm at a crossroads with this. I love it on one hand because it's so popular now, and it gives, you know, a lot of people like us more opportunity to market what we're doing.
Bigger fan base.
At the same time, the quality of the productions from, I mean, we've been in this scene for a long time. Yeah. So the stuff that you hear back then, you hear there's so much quality and stuff, you know, from guys like Sasha.
Sounds a lot different from each other.
Sasha and Digweed, these guys just, you know, Digweed, and not, I mean, you know, Deep Dish, remember Deep Dish? These guys were like putting out really quality music, and now it's like everyone's just doing like, doing the same thing, following that same formula. I'm not saying it's bad, but people put a lot more thought into their productions. Now it seems like these guys are banging out a song in like a couple of days. Back then it seemed like a couple of weeks, you know?
Yeah, it's just there's a lot of money to be made right now.
So. Milk it. Everyone milk it for what it's worth, man.
I mean, our way is like, hey, you know, if some big like pop star was to come to us and say, hey, we want you to do a track with us, and we're gonna give you X amount of money to do it, we're not gonna say no. But at the same time, we're gonna keep our underground fans happy and stay true to like the music that we've been originally making, you know.
So before we let you go, is there any kind of messages or anything you want to say to your fans while we have you here?
Thanks for supporting us, and June 29th, keep your calendars open because one of the biggest events of the year is being thrown by Limitless.
I got a message. Aspiring artists and producers in the world, do both. DJ and
Yeah.
produce.
Yep.
Don't
And,
don't just do one.
Yep.
You gotta do it everything now.
Yep.
Unfortunately, but you have
And
to
keep
do it all.
going.
And
That's
keep
like
on
the best
going.
advice I can give you.
And don't be lazy.
Everyone starts from somewhere. Just keep going. That's it.
If you want it, you gotta grab it, get it. It's not gonna get handed to you. Trust me.
This is Audible Chemistry. We're here with Static and Bass at Stage 48 here for Electric Candyland. Thank you guys so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you, Audible Chemistry, man. Thank you guys. Thank you.